If you work as a manufacturing facilities engineer, installing a new piece of equipment can be as complex as the machinery itself. From prep work to alignment and testing, it's your team's job to put it all together. That's why it's good to have Grainger on your side. With industrial-grade products and next-day delivery, Grainger helps ensure you have everything you need close at hand through every step of the installation. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Plan on flying? It's time to upgrade to a Real ID. Because in order to board domestic flights, your driver's license or state-issued ID must be a Real ID, or you'll need another acceptable form of identification. So don't wait. Find out how to get your Real ID at tsa.gov/RealID. That's tsa.gov/RealID, or visit your local DMV. And then you'll be cleared for takeoff.
This is a Fatal 4 podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the newest installment of your one-stop shop for as much news and reviews from the sport of Japanese pro wrestling as we can fit into our schedule. This is Didn't Get All of It Japan. I'm your host, Kaz Wheeler, and with me here on this trip, he is the Taka to my Taichi. It's B-Rob.
B stands for Butch.
You spoiled the title of our bonus show this week, but this is true. And along with him, his best friend is his sleep paralysis demon. It's Will Housel.
So is it like it's like a Finn Balor demon, or what kind of demon are we talking about?
Yes.
All right, Finn Balor is if Finn Balor in my room at night, okay, cool.
Yeah. Every time he walks in, he slaps his thighs and throws his hands in here.
You know what? I'm okay with that.
And
So
he's,
would I.
He's wearing his Pride Month gear.
Homo estas.
Oh Jesus! Oh fuck yeah! Sorry, I just pulled a full art of low and full picks.
A what?
Okay.
I'm playing Pokemon TCG. Sorry.
Oh,
Okay.
of course you
That's
are.
Japanese, so we're good.
Yeah, true. And before we get on with the show, if you're enjoying this here program, you can help out the show by going to your podcatcher of choice and leaving your comments and a 5-star review. It helps put the show in front of more and more people and helps grow this wonderful little community of ours. And if you aren't a part of it yet, come support us on Patreon by going to patreon.com and searching Fatal 4 Podcasts, where you can sign up for either the $3 Discord level, which gets you access to the Fatal 4 Podcast Discord channel, where you can talk with listeners and your favorite hosts about wrestling, life, or anything else you can think of through the week. There's always something really fun going on in our Discord, including a really fun D&D campaign created by listener Jason Chapa that yours truly is a part of. You can also join in at the $5 Fatal 4 Plus level, which gets you all that, plus extra content from all the shows on the Fatal 4 Podcast Network, including our exclusive monthly bonus show looking at the wider world of pro wrestling, Didn't Get All of It Japan on excursion. For this month, we'll be headed to India to talk Ring King. So like, subscribe, review, thank you, and enjoy the show.
Wait, don't we have a review to read this week?
It hadn't popped up yet, so I think we're going to be saving it for next week.
Refresh it right now.
I just did right before the show.
Here, I got it. This is from John. It says, Kaz is racist. Wow, crazy stuff here.
Huh.
Yeah, that seems about right from John. Yeah. Wonderful. Anyway, let's get to some
Never
A-Block
listened to
news.
this podcast in his life.
No, he doesn't listen, so it doesn't matter.
I know.
Alas, no one came.
Well, not yet.
Goo.
Yeah.
That's for the other podcast.
Yes, that's for later in the week. Anyway, some A-Block news. We got a bunch of Joshi news this week. Stardom had their major spring event, All-Star Grand Queendom, which many are saying has the potential to be event of the year, with a card that featured 5 matches garnering 4 or more stars from the Wrestling Observer, including the main event, which got 5.25 stars, with Saya Kamitani defeating Tam Nakano in a career versus career match, which led to the retirement of Nakano and sending Stardom into a new era. I have not finished the show, but I've watched most of it. it is everything has been hyped up to be.
N-
It's going to be very hard to beat for show of the year.
Now, how can they have the queendom without the inventor of women's wrestling, Stephanie McMahon, on this show?
I'm going to say yes. So you have to watch and see if I'm telling the
No,
truth.
I'm saying how could they have the show without her?
Oh, well, they can't. So you got to watch and see where Stephanie is.
No, I already know she isn't.
No, it's an excellent show, and I think if it's just dropped on Stardom World today, so if you sign up for Stardom World, you can watch the entire thing, and it's well worth the time. But we do have some news coming out of that show. Mayu Iwatani has left Stardom.
Mayu has died.
Not exactly. Announced at the post All-Star Grand Queendom press conference, Iwatani has left Stardom. She was the only remaining member of the original roster from the first show in 2011. And then later in the week, a press conference held by Marigold and Ross Yagawa introduced Mayu Iwatani as the newest member of the Marigold roster. So she has joined that promotion and had her first match this weekend against another Joshi legend, Nene Takahashi. What do we think about Mayu jumping ship?
It's so big she gets to leave her promotion just so she can wrestle Io Sky someday.
Yeah. I mean, that's what she said. She wants to wrestle Io and Julia and Utami. And Kairi.
What?
So
I just only have to do Warrior posters again? Sure, no problem.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, it sucks
Are you
for
mad,
Stardom
bro?
because there's never been a Stardom without Mayu. So it's interesting to see where they're going to go from here, but they have a ton of young talent right now. So I think they're going to be fine. Marigold, like you said, she wants to go wrestle some other people as well. So I do wonder I wonder how far that loyalty lies with Rossi.
Mm-hmm.
But we shall see. Another name leaving Stardom is Thekla, who lost her match at All-Star Grand Queendom and was in story fired and worked her last contracted date and will apparently be making her way to AEW.
Oh, no.
I don't like that.
Why don't we like that?
Well, I don't know. It's worse. Coming off that dog shit storyline and doing this, or her going to AEW.
I mean, she'll be fine in Ring of Honor, probably.
I don't like that.
Because Thekla's very good. I like her a lot as a worker. But I do wonder where she fits.
Julia should be teaming up again.
Yeah. Honestly, that probably would have been more interesting because it is that fear that everybody who comes into AEW that just gets lost in the shuffle, especially with the women.
Lost in the sauce.
Yeah. But, hopefully she'll break out. I mean, apparently they're losing Mariah May.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe she can step in as the next blonde. Though I think she's a better wrestler than Mariah.
What?
I think Thekla's a better wrestler than Mariah May. I think Mariah is probably the better entertainer.
Yeah. I'll agree there.
Yeah. We also had another Stardom star taking a leave. Micah has announced that she's going to be taking an extended leave after her last match tomorrow, I believe. Yes, May 6th. And is going to leave on a long rehab for an elbow ligament injury that she's been dealing with for a number of months.
May
and
the 6th be with you.
That's not how that works.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's no timetable for Micah's return. So Stardom losing 3 of their big names right after their biggest show of the year is kind of a blow. Actually, I think 4 because Tam also retired. So that's a hell of a blow to the top of the card there. But we shall see how they respond. The final bit of Joshi news. Meiko Satomura has officially retired from active competition.
About goddamn time.
Jeez.
Yes, we've been on this tour for a while now, but on April
Yeah, I mean,
29th
I don't mean that negatively or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like I thought she already did.
yeah, it seemed like there was always another final something being announced.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, she is the final boss, so I guess you have to. Everything's the final.
Yes. Well, and the show was called The Final. Yeah, she teamed with. Let's see, where was I at? Yes, she teamed against Aja Kong and Chihiro Hashimoto again with her trainee Manami.
Yeah, I seen a little bit of the translation from Aja Kong. She thanked her for pushing her to be a better performer and all kinds of stuff. Even though they were in different weight classes and all kinds of stuff, she inspired her to be a better performer and overall better wrestler and whatnot. And she's like, the only reason Aja Kong is still around because she was still around.
Yeah, they had a number of memorable matches over the years.
Fun fact: Aja Kong black.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shocked the fuck out of me. Didn't know.
Kaz, how you feel about that?
Yeah, how do you feel about that, Kaz?
I don't know why we're asking me. I don't know what possibly could have happened that you would have asked that. I think it's wonderful. I think it's great to have diversity in professional wrestling.
You must be running for office.
I'm certainly running. That's for sure.
Head of TKO.
Away from this.
But shit, if you go for a head of TKO, it'd just be nothing but Polynesian people running around. Wait a minute, they're already doing that.
Tell it to Dakota Kai.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Rest in peace.
My queen.
Yeah. This marks the end of a legendary Japanese professional wrestling career spanning 30 years from April of 1995 to April of 2025. And that is a hell of a run. After the match, she got video messages from Kairi, Io Sky, Asuka, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Shinsuke Nakamura, and then she was joined in ring by legends like Jinsei Shinzaki, Bull Nakano, Akira Hokuto, and Lioness Asuka, and Chigusa Nagayo, reuniting the Crush Gals one last time.
Oh, nice.
At Meiko Satomura's retirement. It was actually very cool. I would recommend going and just watching that just to see that moment, because the crowd just loses it, because I think it's been 20 years since they've been together in the ring.
That's some good shit.
It's very cool. You might, if you were with us on the Queen of Villains stuff.
Yeah.
We had some the early Crush Gals were part of that. So it's very cool to see that in the end. But yeah, that wraps up the Joshi news. We have a couple little tidbits here at the end. For Noah, Ozawa defeated Kenta for the GHC and to retain the GHC Heavyweight Championship, which was a little bit surprising.
I disagree.
I wouldn't surprise.
Yeah, no.
I thought they might do the stupid thing and let Kenta have it.
No.
But I was very happy.
I mean, the fact that Ozawa won, it didn't shock me, because you heard Will. We were in alignment. We knew Ozawa was going to maintain, but the shocking thing would come at the end of this, right?
Yeah, when I believe, what have I written here? The one man no one gives a fuck about, Kaito Kiyomiya, came out at the end of this match.
Yo, dog, I seen that shit and I gave no fuck.
Neither did the crowd. They booed the shit out of him.
I was like, yo, this is too soon. Too soon.
This is a man who was their ace, and now they want nothing to do with him.
You should bring in like Carl Fredericks at this point.
It'd do just as well. No, you know who they should bring in is they should bring back Omos.
That too.
Yes.
I was surprised he didn't get cut.
Almost? Or
yeah.
Kiyomiya?
Honestly, at this point, both. But I would have loved for Omos to get cut just so he could come back to Japan and get over his fuck.
Like, for real? If that did happen, that would probably be his best bet.
Because, I mean, we haven't seen him since he came back, right? He hadn't been on TV at all?
No. Nothing. Not even a house show, dark match, nothing.
He just tweets it.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, everybody else has been on TV, right? Like Briggs and Tavion and...
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody else has been on TV, but just not Omos.
Well, everybody knows almost doesn't count.
Wow. The final bit of news we have, it would appear that Los Ingobernables de Japón is no more.
Oh, I just fell to my knees inside the Budokan.
After Tetsuya Naito and Bushi have now left New Japan Pro Wrestling, Shingo Takagi announced after the main event of Dontaku Night 2 that he is a man without a faction and that the popular group has been disbanded.
Yo.
So now Hiromu, Shingo, Tsuji, and Teton are currently without a group.
Oh man, I don't like that.
It does suck. I'm surprised, a little surprised they didn't keep it together, but
Well, I mean, if it's like the thing of, you know, Naito brought all of them together. Naito
Right.
started this thing, right?
Yeah.
We should, out of respect, you know. And then it'll make for a cool thing whenever Naito go do his stem cell shit and come back one day.
He's gonna have the Rey Mysterio come back.
Yeah. One can only hope.
Yeah. I mean, do we think that the rest of them form a new group, or do they just all dissolve
That's
into
right.
Hantai?
Shingo's forming a group to fight gorillas.
Oh no.
Oh.
Do we have a
100
name?
shingles versus a gorilla?
Yes.
Should we finally tell B-Rob what this is about?
No, because he has to see it online first for him to understand it.
Where would I see it online?
Google.com.
Okay.
Yeah, just Google. Yeah, just Google.
Just
All right.
Google Dragon Gate Monkey. That's all you really need.
All right, continue.
Yeah.
I would do that right now.
I kind of hear his live reaction. He's like, "Oh shit!" when he's reading it.
Yeah, we need that. So yeah. Well, do you think that they just all end up in Hantai, or do we get a new group?
God, that's like my worst fear. Because like it's so fucking weird seeing like Ishii and Taichi just as a tag team now.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't feel comfortable.
Just
Oh
give me
God,
Hiromu and Yo together.
It's the first search that came up.
Of course it is.
All right, hold on. I'm still searching. Go ahead.
Okay.
Give me that Hiromu and Yo in junior tag league or some shit.
Does one of them turn heel and join a stable?
I mean, I don't think either of them would be good heels. Has Hiromu ever been a heel?
I mean, I guess when by de facto LIJ being heels.
I guess kinda, but he's never really acted heel.
Oh, I guess like the Kushida feud.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
I guess if they stayed together, who it's Shingo or Tsuji is your leader?
I mean, logic says Shingo, but Tsuji's the one with the title right now.
Yeah, I think Tsuji probably makes more sense if you're wanting to push the youth, which I think they should.
I think they should steal a different stable from Mexico this time.
Oh, who could they?
La Familia de Parcas de Japón.
Yes.
Oh no, they named it Cora.
This is
Speaking of which, you see that new La Parca?
the Twinkle Parka.
He's awesome. Speaking of,
Pretty good.
how about that new Hayabusa?
Yeah, the Twink Hayabusa.
He's sick. I always felt uncomfortable with the idea of like legacy dead wrestlers, but like he looks like Hayabusa.
He really does.
Like if you made him like cut himself on the tummy,
I was about to say,
cigar.
he just needs the scars.
Like he's halfway there.
Yeah,
I was very impressed.
Yeah, and like because he's got the family's blessing for it,
right?
So I mean, if they're cool with it, then why not?
It'd be quite fascinating.
Yeah,
I'd like to see him like in another promotion though.
Mm-hmm. Good. Where did he?
Isn't he part of 0-1?
Is that what it was? Was 0-1?
I think it's 0-1. Whatever left of 0-1 there is.
Yeah.
0 to 1 fans.
Yeah, pretty much.
But other than that, like Teton doesn't need a stable. Teton can just exist as his own.
Yeah.
You know what he should? Teton should do the Scott Steiner bit when Main Event Mafia broke up, and should keep wearing LIJ gear like they never broke up.
He's just in denial the entire time.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's just still wearing. Oh, B-Rob
There
just
it
found out.
is.
There it is.
Hey, yo, hey. Oh,
Oh yeah.
B-Rob will never look at Shingo the same way again.
Nope.
well, hey, he was just in the picture. From what I read here.
Hey, there's a reason that what's his name got a receipt for making fun of it the other day.
Yeah, Shota.
Oh,
This shit was awesome though.
He got a few receipts.
Blasted in the fucking head with a chair.
We'll get to that in just a few minutes because we are going to come back and talk some New Japan results right after the break.
there's pictures.
And we are back for some B block action. We're going to talk some New Japan results, starting with Wrestling Red Zone, where we had Taichi and Tomohiro Ishii defeat Tetsuya Naito and Hiromu Takahashi in Naito's final match in Hiroshima.
And
This was the best Naito match in a while.
I mean, when you're working with people you know very well, it's not that hard.
Mm-hmm. I mean, listen, the other three did the lion's share of the stuff, but as far as Naito matches, it was a pretty good
the
spot
young
to go out
lion
on.
share.
No, they were all pretty old at this point. Who is the youngest in this match? Is it
Actually,
Hiromu, I guess, huh? Yeah. But, yeah, the Taichi, I kind of love the Taichi and Ishii team.
I mean, it's very like, hey, we're two guys from outside of New Japan. When you think about it, who made their names in New Japan, taught in an old style way, still working.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting dynamic, especially because of how many times we've seen them fight each other over the years. But yeah, I thought this was a fun match. The crowd was really into it, and they bid on everything.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's Naito's kind of adoptive home, Hiroshima. So it was a nice send off for him there. The other match we had that night of any substance was for the IWGP Tag Team Championship, where Callum Newman and Great O'Khan beat Bishamon for the tag titles.
Good.
Did this make you guys believe in Callum Newman?
I think it's Joe Hendry.
I believe in Cal Newman.
What, believe in him in general, or like that he was going to beat Goto?
Yeah, just that there was any shot at him beating Goto.
I had this deep-rooted fear that they were going to pull the trigger, but not really.
Yeah, I'd seen a little scuttlebutt online that people were fearing that they might do something crazy. But we'll get to that in just a minute. We have one more. We have two more shows before that, actually. We have Wrestling Hizen no Kuni, where we had El Phantasmo beat Great O'Khan to take back the NJPW TV Championship.
Yay.
Why?
Ooh.
Why did we need to do this?
So he can defend against Kinosuke. Kinosuke can win it.
But Kinosuke's already got the Never belt. Why does he need two?
Because he's Takeshita. Give Takeshita all the belts.
I'd have rather kept it on O'Khan, though.
Well,
I think O'Khan needed it more than Takeshita needs it.
Takeshita needs all the belts, so Takeshita needs it more than O'Khan.
Yeah, but nobody likes a belt collector gimmick. It's only worked once, and that was in the 90s.
With Ultimo Dragon?
Yeah. That's the only time
Kurt
it's ever
Angle one
been
worked?
Seeing as he had to forfeit half of them, no. Yeah, the Ultimo Dragon's the only one that's any good.
Mm-hmm.
Austin Aries sucked.
Yeah.
Kenny's, which is kind of boring. Yeah, it's only worked one time. But yeah, we don't need a belt collector.
You're right.
We also had for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles, Master Wato and Yo beat Ichiban Sweet Boys. This surprised me.
Yeah, that's a nice combo there.
Do they have a name yet?
Yoto? What do we think?
Yo, no.
That's what I said when they won.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a theory as to why this happened, though.
Call him YOLO.
It's better than anything I've got. But I do have a theory as to why this happened. That'll be for C Block. It's a tease for you. And in the main event of He's in No Kuni, El Desperado defeated Templario to retain the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. I thought this was a good match. I don't think it was Desperado's best defense. I thought
Templario, not the CML rep that we thought was going to be.
No.
For Best of Super Juniors.
Yeah, that it was a bit of a letdown in terms of that. I was hoping for a bit of a more interesting name. But yeah, so Despy is still our junior champ, assumingly holding on until
Doki comes home.
I don't know if that's going to be what happens now.
We're not pulling the we're not. I was about to say TNA. We're not pulling the AEW.
I don't know. I don't think
we're just going
to climb Mount Fuji, and then we're going to wait for him. No, I don't
climb the Tokyo Dome.
I wish the Death Riders would climb the Tokyo Dome and jump off.
That's not nice.
I didn't say it was. Then we move on to Wrestling Dontaku Night 1, where we have Zack Sabre Jr. defeating Hiroshi Tanahashi in a match that I thought had an interesting note from Chris Charlton, that Tanahashi and Zack Sabre Jr., Jay White and Kazuchika Okada, Kota Ibushi and Tetsuya Naito, and Bull Nakano and Alundra Blaze are the only matches to have ever taken place both in the Tokyo Dome and Madison Square Garden. Kind of an interesting list. But I thought the match itself was kind of basically exactly as all their other matches. I think if Tana can still kind of work that grounded technical thing, because it's a lot easier on his knees.
Yeah, for him to lay down.
Yeah, just lay down and roll around and stuff. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. And then Zach picks up the win, and they end up at 4. Was it 7-7, 14-14? I don't remember which one Charlton said. It was 14 matches, 7-7, right? Singles matches. I think it was either 7-7 or 14-14. I'm blanking on which one it was. But yeah, but they end up even over their career. The other match we had for Dontaku Night 1, we had Shingo Takagi defeating Shota Umino. Will, you were very happy with this a few minutes ago.
Yes. Very.
Yeah, Shingo beat the shit out of Shota.
Yes, he took a fucking chair to the face like no other.
I felt like Shota showed a little bit of fire in this one.
Because he was fighting for his fucking life?
Yeah, yes, because he had to. But man, everything from the entrance, I mean, the entrance was just boring. Like he just walks out with his hood down or hood up, and it's just not. There's nothing interesting about him. I mean, he just got this buzz cut, and he yells a little bit.
Maybe like he's going through like all of his Moxley tapes. And like he just came to 2018.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I can be anti-vax now? Cool.
I can't wait till he gets to his Josh Barnett phase.
Oh.
He gets the current Mox, and it's just unwatchable.
Sad.
Yeah. Then we have, for the NJPW World Television Championship yet again, El Phantasmo goes to a time limit draw against Takeshita.
I'm getting about tired of this gimmick.
Yeah, the TV title is not working out the way we expected it to.
Yeah. All these time limit draws.
I mean,
and it's even beyond that too, because look, Gabe Kidd and Ishii went to the time limit draw, and damn,
yeah, we have had
There
a
was
lot of
one on
draws
Collision
lately.
this week.
yeah,
Yeah, it is weird how many draws we've had lately. But I thought this was a good match. It just the draw just kind of put a hard stop to it. But we're getting the rematch this coming weekend, so which is for the Never Belt, so we won't have that time limit. So maybe it'll end this little mini feud, because I think it's about time both of them move on to something else.
Yep.
And in the main event of Dontaku Night 1, the Dog Pound cage match where the loser leaves Bullet Club. War Dogs versus House of Torture.
Spoilers. House of Torture is out this bitch.
Hell yeah.
No.
Now, how did we feel this compared to the Dog Pound cage match from last year?
It doesn't.
Yeah. I mean, last year's was just crazy brutal. Nobody has been forced into early retirement out of this one.
Oh yeah.
No one had their head wrapped and then went back into the match.
Yeah, no shit, right?
Even though Narita maybe should have.
Ishimori did the freaking moonsault off the cage and landed on his feet.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised that cage is as sturdy as it is, because it doesn't look it.
Some solid craftsmanship.
But there were a couple decent spots, or a few good table spots. We had one terrible table spot with Gato trying to splash Dick Togo and landing on his feet before anything else. But yeah, War Dogs wins. House of Torture is Bullet Club no more. And hopefully that'll be the end of that for a while.
It's not. They just don't have the affiliation anymore.
Yeah, but can we get them away from each other for a little bit though?
No,
because it's been going on for so long.
No, never.
Mercy. I thought it was a decent match though. Like I said, it wasn't as good as the first one, but I thought it was interesting enough. Do what?
Rarely ever are sequels.
Yeah. Then we move on to Dontaku Night 2. Yoda-Tsuji, Yuya Uemura. I forgot to put this. Yoda-Tsuji beat Yuya Uemura. What did we think of this one? Two of the young guys going at it for the belt.
Tsuji. That's my guy.
Yeah, it's been your guy for what?
Ever.
Yeah, close to 2 years now.
Hell yeah, since that motherfucker showed up. Thought it was Godzilla, but it was Yoda-Tsuji.
I thought this would be a little more than it was. But I think they've got a better match in them.
Yeah, I mean, this was kind of like
a couple years from now, it'll be an even better matchup.
I don't even think a couple years. Just give it a couple months.
Yeah, you can convince me that.
What Uemura? I mean, for more or less, is still trying to get his groove back after the injury.
Yeah.
So I mean, just got to give it a little time.
Yeah, run this back to G1. I'd be up for that. And then in our main event, Hiroki Goto defeats Callum Newman to retain the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. I thought Callum Newman looked pretty good in this match. I was surprised at how, I don't want to say competent, because that sounds like I didn't think he was good before, but just how good he was in the big spot.
Yeah.
I mean, I never really bought him winning, but I do think that they made him look way better than I expected him to.
That's what Cass said too. I mean, Will. I keep getting you guys mixed up. Wilcast.
Well, we are both part Asian.
Ah!
No, never confuse me with that degenerate ever again.
But after the fact, we had a few challengers for Goto, including Zack Sabre Jr., who will be facing Goto at Resurgence this coming weekend, which we'll talk a little bit more later.
Goto hit the record.
Yes, he did. Yeah,
for what?
defense for title defenses.
What? Already?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's had a bunch. I mean, I think it was Ibushi that had 5 or Okada that had 5?
I don't remember, but now he's just stat padding.
Mm-hmm. Which is it? Because I think it was Okada. I think it took him like 4 or 5 months to hit that, and Goto's done it in about 2.5. So yeah, likely he's going to knock out a couple more, I think. But yeah, we had Zack Sabre Jr. challenge, and then we had Shingo challenge whoever wins that match, which is likely going to be at Dominion. So
well, I mean, Goto looks like you're going to have it for a good hot minute.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's anybody who's going to take it off him imminently, and I don't think you should. I think he's been pretty hot as champion, so you might as well ride it for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But that is it for Dontaku and the New Japan results so far this month.
You could say
when
it's
we come back,
done taco.
We're done taco for B Block.
Yeah, no more taku. No more taku.
No more taku. And when we come back for C Block, we're going to be talking Resurgence and giving you our picks for Best of Super Juniors.
And we're back with a little bit of that sweet C Block action. First up on the docket, we got a little bit of what Resurgence is going to give us here. Where is that going to take place at?
That is Ontario, California.
Ontario. Every time I hear that, I keep thinking like Canada is going to sneak in on me, but they say California. I'm like, you motherfuckers, the other C word.
Yeah, I can't say that word.
What's the other C word?
Yeah, okay, you said it.
I can say it. I'm part
Australian
or something. I don't know.
Yes.
What region of the world they say that in?
Australia.
Europe, Australia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jessica can say that.
I'm 0.3% Australian.
Oh, yeah?
Look at my blooming onion.
Anyway, Resurgence coming to you this weekend. Never Openweight Championship. El Phantasmo versus Konosuke Takeshita one more time. I cannot imagine Takeshita losing.
It'd be funny.
After all that, just have Takeshita lose.
Yeah, and then it would make sense because he's only a 1-year contractor guy. So,
but
I don't want him to lose.
No,
I want clear about that. I don't want him to lose.
Yeah, no, I want him to win all the things.
All the things.
Yeah. We also have strong openweight championship match: Drilla Maloney versus the champion Tomohiro Ishii.
Drilla should take that shit.
I think you've got to establish Drilla as a singles guy a little more before that. I think this could go a ways toward doing it, though. You have him have a real competitive match against Ishii. But I think Ishii holds on to that one.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the match I'm most excited about on the card for the Strong Women's Championship.
Well, hold on. Before you go too far.
Yes.
I'm just thinking about it right now, and it's going to look wild as fuck if it get pulled off.
What?
Drilla doing the Drilla Killer to Ishii.
I mean,
that's going to look wild as fuck.
The weight distribution alone.
I know.
He should just balance like a basketball.
It just spins him on his finger. Yes. Yeah. Okay. I do kind of want to see that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, strong women's championship. Azumi, Mina Shirakawa, Mercedes Moné.
It's gonna be a hoot.
It's gonna be real good.
Oh, like the Good Brothers.
We'll talk about that in a minute. But no, I have to assume this is how we get the belt off Mercedes. Is it Mina Pin Suzumi?
Or
I just think it makes sense. I mean, she's held it for over a year now, hadn't she?
maybe.
And it just seems like we need to do anything else.
No.
What?
I mean, is it? I mean, she could lose here, but doesn't it feel like because it's a triple threat, like Cass said, so she doesn't have to take the pin to lose.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll keep her still undefeated in singles competition, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it seems like they're gonna be really focusing Mercedes for All In.
Mm-hmm.
So just taking that off her plate seems to make a lot of sense.
Yeah. And plus it gives her more time, I guess, to rack up more singles wins so she can beat Jade record.
Yeah. I wonder how close she is to that.
I will research. Continue.
Next, we have for the Strong Openweight Tag Team Championship, Jarrell Nelson and Royce Isaacs of the, what are they? The
West Coast Wrecking
Crew.
Yeah, no one cares.
Against Templario and TJP of United Empire.
I think TJP can make a nice leader for the United Empire.
I'm glad someone thinks that. But this is not. Yeah, that's not a match. It'll be exactly what you imagine it'll be, and I can't imagine those titles. I say that I don't know how much they care about those titles, so it could move on to Team Empire and TJP. It wouldn't shock me whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
But as Will was referring to a minute ago, David Finlay, Clark Connors, Gabe Kidd, and Gato will take on the Young Bucks and two.
What the hell?
And two mystery opponents. Those mystery opponents are going to be Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, the Good Brothers.
Better not be.
It will be.
It's two X's, so it should be two Robbie X's.
I'd rather it was two Robbie X's.
Oh, yes.
That would be interesting and fun.
When the lights go out and you hear that.
Sound like the lights went out on your side.
Christ. Yeah, this is gonna suck.
Fucking goddamn Bullet Club bullshit. The Bullet Club is no more, right? They can't be War Dogs.
Yeah, War Dogs are still Bullet Club.
No,
that was the deal.
I don't want that.
But yeah, I don't know. It's
well, I guess they would be.
Here's the part that I think sucks the most.
I guess it would be kind of the elite.
Yeah, here's the part that sucks the most. Gato's there to take the pen.
Oh yeah,
they're going to lose this match to the Bucks and the Good Brothers, and that sucks.
I don't like it
because they shouldn't be losing to the outside guys.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the main event, IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, the rematch between Zack Sabre Jr. and Hiroki Goto. I don't know if it'll. In fact, I don't think it can exceed the first one just because of everything surrounding it with the crowd and everything. But I do think it's going to be another really great match. Because those two just don't have bad matches and they work really well together. But yeah, I think Goto takes another defense under his belt.
Mercedes is at 25 wins right now.
And then what did Jade get to?
Like 50 something?
Yeah. Okay, so she's got.
All right, we might be a ways off. Maybe that won't happen.
Yeah. But then our last thing for tonight, we are going to give our predictions for Best of the Super Juniors. We'll go over it quickly with the blocks. In A block, we have Kushida, Master Wato, Ninja Mac, Hiromu Takahashi, Kosei Fujita, Francesco Akira, Clark Connors, Robbie X, who will be replacing Bushi, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and Dragon Daya. And in B block,
a little lackluster.
A little bit. In B block, we have El Desperado, Ryusuke Taguchi, Yo, Kevin Knight, Teton, who's representing CMLL, Robbie Eagles, Taiji Shimori, Sho, Nick Wayne of AEW, and Mao of DDT.
All right, now I have a little more interest on this side.
Yes, this side seems a little bit more of a toss-up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially that you got Mao and Nick Wayne on that side.
I mean, I don't know that I see either of them winning the thing, but it's more interesting.
And then we got Nick Wayne coming in as the ROH television champion. That's pretty cool.
This is true, yes.
Yeah.
So who do we have coming out of A block first off?
In my twisted mind, I would have put all the fun people in one block together. So I would have had like Ninja Mac with Teton and Kevin Knight and freaking Nick Wayne and Mao and
all the character guys in one block.
Yeah, all the fun Dragon Dyer, all the motherfuckers would have been in one block.
Yeah. I think that loads it a little too much on one side.
Well, I mean, you know what my heart is going to say about A block.
Yeah, your heart says Ninja Mac.
You fucking right. But
that's your guy.
But if I'm not picking with my heart, and I pick with my head a little bit, my big one, not the little one. I think they're still trying with Watto.
I see.
But then again, Hiromo is on the side too. So I mean, he's the ace of the juniors.
Yeah, I have, and this is why I think I referenced earlier that I have an idea of why they moved those tag titles onto Watto and Yo, because I think this is Fujita's to win.
Yeah.
I think it clears him for a singles run, and I think he takes A block. I do think. I think it makes the most sense probably to have Hiromu as the number 2 there, just because he's always up there. But I do think Fujita's the guy for A block.
Yeah. So who is your sleeper for A block? And I'm not talking about Will.
Pick myself.
Yes. I think Akira, Francesco Akira. I think they've been really hot on him. I think if I was going to pick a sleeper from A block, it'd be him.
All right, now this B block is going to be a little different.
Yeah, B block, you convinced me of a number of people.
I'm going to say Mao, because he played drums.
I mean, that's as good a reason as any.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll do well.
You know what? I want Mao to take Tanahashi's place in, like, essence to where, like, every time he wins, he comes out and plays a air drum solo.
Yes.
They're throwing drumsticks and shit.
That's how you end all the shows. Yes. I don't hate that. Yeah. I
want to push for Kevin Knight here. That's what my heart is leaning with.
I think he'll do okay, but I don't think that they're going to give the guy who just left for AEW the big
I know
push.
Man, it's probably fucking Show then.
I was going to say I think it is Show.
Yeah.
I think it's Show, and I think there's going to be I think B block is going to be filled with House of Torture bullshit.
I don't like that.
Because I think that's going to be the thing that you have Fujita overcome at the end.
Yeah. And all right, if you do it that way, then
he's the conquering hero that keeps Best of Super Juniors from being House of Torture bullshit the entire time.
And that's weird because, like, I'm just briefly browsing over this and I'm bad with names. So, regale me if I screw over something and whatnot. Not a lot of War Dog representation here.
Ishimori and Connors. That's it.
Yeah, so one and one.
Each. Yeah. I think because even House of Torture is just Show, right? No, Kanemaru, and the other one, But yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense because I don't see Despy winning it.
Nah,
I think that just because he just won last year, and I think you need to start making some new. So you need some new people for him to face, if nothing else.
For real.
But I think Fujita. I think Fujita over Show is my pick, and I think we're getting Fujita and Despy at Dominion. And you could convince me that this is where they give him the push because if they were that in on Watto already. I think Fujita's way ahead of where Watto was.
Word. So I'm down with that.
That works for me. And we didn't get all of it this week, but we'll try again next show. For Will Housel, for B-Rob,
I never made my picks.
We're ready for you to make your picks.
Yeah, you had to pick up the pillow and fucking...
Okay.
We've been dreaming of you making your picks.
A block, I pick the Sandman.
Yes.
And B block, I pick Rhino. And then at the end, Mikey Wimprick comes out, and then Shane Douglas takes the junior heavyweight. He's like, "What's up, the fucking franchise?"
Is it anyone's birthday? Will.
I'm not convinced he's awake.
The fucking franchise.
And if anyone's dreaming, happy dreams.
Let me dream with you.
You've been listening to a Fatal 4 podcast. Subscribe today wherever you get your podcasts and visit fatal4pod.com for more episodes, merchandise, and info on the Patreon.